need to smooth some things over, but because he got a 5-year deal, I think Rivera picked the best spot to go to for him. The fact that he was talking about how Daniel Snyder cleared the whole cupboard for him. They talked for like 35 hours.
Mississippi State actually runs a 3-3.
A 3-3-5?
Yeah, so I think we're both wrong.
Now they do, but
they ran one. They have the same defensive coordinator as Sweat.
Okay, but they have 4-3 looks. Like
everybody has 4-3 looks.
Yeah, but they ran primarily a 4-3, but they did the 3-3-5 because they were terrible in years past. But predominantly,
the defensive coordinator was from 2018.
Yeah, but they ran a 4-3. But like most teams start out in nickel mostly because that's just what's good for them. But they're really a 4-3 defense who just plays nickel most of the time, 3-3-5.
Actually, I think they're a 4-2-5.
Same difference then. It's what like USC
4-2-5.
does.
Yeah, I guess
it's like what USC like a 4-2-5 is just like a 4-3, but you can't run a 3-4 because you don't trust one of your linebackers, and you need to like keep that good pass rusher on the field. So he has to drop into coverage occasionally. That's what teams who run 4-2-5s do.
I mean, a lot of college teams run a 4-2-5 just because there's a lot of receivers on the field.
It's a sub package thing, yeah. But some teams have to run that 4-2-5 because they don't have the best coverage guys. And they just need to like salvage the run somehow, so they run a 4-2-5 like USC. Shout out to USC, stinking up. Just God, it was so bad. But anyway,
all right. Fun fact, I don't even know what you're rambling about. I was looking up that I was deep in the internet wormhole.
I went on a deep dive about the Redskins and how Ron Rivera is actually probably going to have them. They might be a playoff team next year.
I don't think so.
I think with the talent they have, and if they get Chase Young, it's a wrap, dude. Look at the NFC East. Tell me 8-8 ain't good enough. Tell me 9-7 ain't good enough.
I don't know, man. I think you got to see what Dallas does. You got to see if Philly can get a receiver, and then
that's crazy.
The Giants you can count on. But then again, they also have Saquon, so they could probably still. That's a team,
4 wins.
They're a team. They're
6 wins.
They're a team that would be 4-12, but have 4 wins against, have 3 wins against their division.
Super Bowl caliber teams.
Yeah, some shit like that.
But the crazy thing is, Mike McCarthy, who took a year off to study analytics and a bunch of other stuff, he's interviewed for pretty much all the open jobs. The Browns. The Redskins at one point.
What job would you want?
Of the ones that are left?
I would say Dallas if it didn't come with a fat asterisk on it.
Really, you're a lame duck coach if you're in Dallas.
And the same
it's
thing. It's
Jerry's team.
And the same thing with Washington.
No.
That's why I don't really understand why Rivera took that job, because
they fired
Bruce Allen.
They fired Bruce Allen,
yeah,
who's been there 10 years, and they fired the training staff, the head of the training staff.
But look how long it took for them to do that. Like, I don't know. And look at how many free agent busts they've had over the past few years. Like, I don't know, man.
It's different.
I don't know.
I trust the man and the coach, Ron Rivera. And if he gets Jack Del Rio,
I do.
He has Jack Del Rio as his defensive coordinator. Kevin O'Connell will see what he does.
But if I was him, I probably would have taken a year off, because I feel like next year the jobs are going to be much better.
Didn't he take a year off?
No, he got fired mid-season.
Well, still. I mean, it's the Redskins, so it practically is a year off.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I guess the Browns.
I would take the Browns.
But I don't really want to live in Cleveland, so.
No, but I mean, I would take the Browns only if I could if I knew I could run a 4-3, and I could actually bring an offensive coordinator.
They switch their defense every year. They just ran a 4-3.
They should really stop doing that too.
Yeah, they really should stop doing that.
You have Myles Garrett. Like, why are you running anything but a 4-3? You have Myles Garrett.
Yeah, but Myles Garrett is so good. He can play anything.
Yeah, but like, you don't make him go out of his way. Like, you have Sheldon Richardson. Like, if you have pass rushing defensive linemen who attack downfield, and they might lose Joe Sherbert in free agency. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Wisconsin linebackers are a dime a dozen.
The other name that's been getting popped up a lot is
Jim Caldwell. I think
Lincoln Riley. He's been a really popular name
for the Cowboys.
for the Cowboys, and really I've been hearing him for a lot of places. Other people, they're saying Leslie Frazier, Bills defensive coordinator.
He should get a second shot.
Former Vikings coach.
Yeah.
Marvin Lewis.
It would take a lot for him to keep pride away from Arizona State.
Greg Roman, the Ravens offensive coordinator right now.
Which I think if he leaves, I still think Lamar will be fine without him. But
Josh McDaniels is always.
Josh McDaniels of the Panthers, maybe?
Nah.
I mean, the defense is good. You just have to decide, do you want Cam there to run the offense? If it was me, because I know I'm going to have to pay Christian McCaffrey a lot after going 1,000 and 1,000 receiving and rushing, I want Cam back to facilitate the ball. DJ Moore had 1,000-yard receiving his second year in the league. So you have pieces with this offense. And a guy like Josh McDaniels, who won with with Kyle Orton, for God's sakes. Kyle Orton threw for 4,000 yards under him and went to a Pro Bowl, I think. You can put Cam back there, and Cam can do some things.
But yeah, they're talking about how about the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator
Eric Bieniemy?
Yeah, they've been talking a lot about him as well.
I think
another candidate.
If not Josh McDaniels, I think he should either get the Cleveland job or the Panthers job. The Giants would be nice, but I don't trust. I don't trust David Gettleman.
Yeah,
he's like. Imagine if Greg Williams was your GM.
Yeah, no, I just wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to deal with the circus of being in New York. If one, I'm not even the best team in New York, and two, I'm barely even relevant in the NFC East.
You're the third best team in New York, and the Bills are number one.
Yeah, so I'm good.
And you're still not better than the Jets.
I'm good. Like, Saquon only gets you so much clout.
And you're probably going to lose Leonard Williams in free agency because why would he play there?
But yeah,
he go to the Dolphins and get Bank. Oh my God! Imagine he goes back to Florida.
The last thing I wanted to shout out was David Stern, former NBA commissioner, died this week. He was dealing with I want to say like complications from.
He had a brain hemorrhage.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
On like
I was
December 17th or 18th, I think.
But yeah, Roger Goodell gave a shout out to him, said that he was a driving force in sports for decades, helped the NBA soar to new heights. He called him the Dean of Commissioners, not only for his longevity, but how he took the NBA essentially from a garage league to a global brand. So really, like a lot of the people, sports media, a lot of like people who, you know, close to the NBA or close to sports have really been feeling Stern's death, not necessarily because they agree with everything that he did, because he did fuck up a lot.
But his impact was so great
across sports
that everything you like about basketball, a lot of it, you have to attribute it to David Stern.
Yeah, and I think even just...
They used to be on TV tapes.
And honestly, like, I feel like Roger Goodell has really kind of followed him more so than even like Adam Silver.
Yeah, he copied and botched it.
Like Adam Silver, like that was his mentor, so like he understands that, but like he still goes his own way. Versus like Goodell, I feel like he really like looked to Stern as an inspiration, because Goodell kind of has that same iron fist mentality that Stern brought. That was really controversial.
He's yielding power that David Stern created for the
something
David
like that.
Stern created
definitely
that,
something like that.
And Goodell's like, okay, I took over from Paul Tagliabue. Well, David Stern was a better commissioner than Paul Tagliabue. No shade to Tagliabue. So how do I advance this and not fumble the ball? Because his predecessor, Adam Silver, is off to a running start. Clearly in the lead.
But yeah, man, so I just wanted to shout that out. Something that happened in sports culture this week. Otherwise, college news. I already mentioned it earlier, but the Detroit and Bengals will be facing off as a Senior Bowl coaches.
Oh God, it's gonna be the most vanilla Senior Bowl offense
For real.
Fam, all their draft stocks might fall just because, like, oh wait, the Lions who don't do anything right.
Are there any senior quarterbacks playing? Like, are there any senior quarterbacks?
Jalen Hurts will probably
play?
be there.
Okay, so
Justin Herbert. Rounder. Wait, did you just call him a 7th rounder? You telling me you don't see some Dak Prescott to Jalen Hurts?
I mean, yeah, but I think Dak is better.
Dak wasn't a better college player.
I think Dak was better.
Passing or rushing?
Both.
Because
I feel like competitive toughness, like,
well, his mom
like
did
accuracy,
die when he was in
ball,
college.
like all that. I feel like I would definitely.
Jalen Hurts never got knocked out on camera though at spring break.
Wow.
Yeah,
taking it there.
I'll never forget that. It's like, fam, that tells me a lot. He had no squabbles. Boy got knocked out.
That's what happens when you're a 5'11" quarterback. He doesn't need to fight.
He's not 5'11". He's like 6'2".
Looks 5'11". Maybe it's his little neck.
Why are you judging cats with little neck? Damn, bro.
Well, that's because he's.
How did we even get here?
It's because Dak is jacked. Dak is jacked. Wow.
You're gonna stop wearing a Raiders hat. Do I need to remind you of that?
Anyways, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think Hurts. I think he still needs some development as a passer. I think we saw that he got exposed.
Fine. He's gonna do the same thing that Dak did. Get with the throwing coach, fix his throwing motion, work really hard, have a really great pro day, and someone's gonna take him in the 4th round or 5th round.
I think the difference is, though, Hurts has been. I mean,
but if he
Dak's teams weren't sorry, but they weren't Alabama and Oklahoma.
And
he didn't have their offense. No, he didn't have their offense.
He didn't have the players around him.
That's what I'm saying.
That Oklahoma had.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But they were the number 1 team in the country for a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. His team wasn't sorry, but I just don't think they were to the caliber of Hurts. Hurts teammates.
Which is fine. But, I mean, the only good defensive player he had was Kenneth Murray, who declared for the draft today.
We'll see, man. But I'll be shocked if shocked if he goes with the 4th round.
I'm saying the 4th round is his ceiling. If anybody takes Jalen Hurts higher than the 4th round, your GM's on drugs.
So, what players do you think the Lions and Bengals will be keen?
The Bengals are going to pray they get Joe Burrow.
I'm talking about in the Senior Bowl.
In the Senior Bowl, he's a senior, yeah.
But he's probably not going to play.
He might play in the Senior Bowl.
I doubt it. I would be really surprised if he played in the Senior Bowl.
I mean, he might practice. I don't think he's going to play.
I don't even think he doesn't really need to do anything. He doesn't even need to practice.
He literally doesn't need to do anything other than just ball out this last game. He has no pressure.
And win.
Other than the pressure of winning, yeah. Which is like all the pressure. But as far as, I mean, I think Jordan Love qualifies for the Senior Bowl. I think he graduated early. He's redshirt junior. I think it'll be really interesting with this senior crop because if Herbert doesn't go, I think you have some lesser QB. I think Nate Stanley might somehow get an invite if he already hasn't gotten an invite.
So far, the QBs who are in are Anthony Gordon, Washington State.
He had a pretty good.
Jordan Love, Utah State.
Actually, no, Jordan Love did come back for a senior year. I take that back. Sorry.
Montez Steven, Colorado.
Steven Montez?
Yeah, Steven Montez. Shea Patterson.
Nope.
But yeah, so far that's it.
Ugh, that's a terrible QB room. See, like the 3 guys who would actually probably go, like if it's not Burrow and Herbert don't go, and Hurts doesn't go, you just have that. If I'm a receiver, I'm looking at that like, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot of great receivers in this draft class. Some seniors, too. And that's not a good list of QBs. Is Jake Fromm a senior? Or is he a junior? I think he's a junior, isn't he?
I think he's a junior.
And I don't even... Like, Jake Fromm is whatever. There's nothing about him that really impresses him. He's just been a really good game manager. And I think Georgia hates themselves because they decided to keep him over Justin Fields. So it's like, yeah, this isn't really like There's more receivers, running backs, linemen, all those Oregon linemen. Like, it should be really interesting. And most of Alabama's players are all coming back because they're pissed off, which Jerry Jeudy should have.